It's Simone from PinchAPennyGardener, and now I'm going to teach you the air drying technique. This is the simplest one, the one I like the most, and the one I first started when I first had my first little, remember, herb garden. This is the one technique I used often. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to hang the lemongrass. So what you're going to need is a pair of scissors. I like to use twine, but you can use string, anything that's strong enough so like that, whatever you're hanging doesn't fall down. And you just need it to have I generally have like a yard or a half a yard, depending on the length of your ceiling. You just want to make sure that when you hang it, no one can get hit in the head with it. That's it. That's all you need to do. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how we're going to go ahead and get started and hanging the lemongrass. Okay, so I just took this lemongrass right out of my garden. You can see the root is still on here. And you know what I told you, don't waste anything. Don't waste any part. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this part off. And I'm going to save this because I'm going to do what? Put this back in the garden. Because it has root, it has structure. I can even put this in a bowl of water or a jar of water and it'll start growing again. Then I'm going to go ahead and any little brown that I have here, sometimes I don't really like to keep the brown to hang it, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to cut that off. After I've cut the brown off of lemongrass, here's a piece right here at the tip. So I pretty much like to hang as much green lemongrass as possible. Now, I'm going to fold this over, fold it in half again, and fold it in half again. Now, I'm just telling you, you want to make sure, I'll show you how I fold it. You can see that there's enough air space in between, so it's not, on top of each other, because the more air space you have in between, the faster your lemongrass is going to dry. Now, let me just tell you one thing. The brown spots here, I'm not going to waste them because they're already halfway dry, in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and either do the oven technique and put them in the oven, let them dry all the way, and I'm going to use this portion here for the tea that I make with lemongrass. Okay, so I'm going to put the lemongrass here while I make a slipknot, because that's going to be the technique I use to tie the lemongrass. So to make a slipknot, you just make a round circle, tie it around, and put it back through the same knot. That's a slipknot. Okay, I'm going to do it again slower, so just in case. You take the long piece here, you make a loop, tie it around, and put it through again. There you go. There's a slipknot. Okay, now, so it's very easy. You're going to pick up the lemongrass, make sure again you have enough air in between, and you're just going to go ahead and put the slipknot over. Put it over, so like that, the lemongrass is inside the knot itself, and you just slide it down. Hence the term slipknot. Slipping in, slipping out. So there you go. Now, the reason why I make 2 slip knots is because I'm going to hang it. And this way I can adjust the length. If you make a slip knot, you can easily adjust the length. So all I'm going to do now is just get up there and hang it. Okay, so there you go. We hung the lemongrass. Now, if you can see, it's not going to get in anybody's way. Nobody's going to come over here because my kids also know, don't come over here, mommy's corner where all her garden stuff are, so no one's going to come here. But I do want to caution you about a few things. One, when you're hanging your lemongrass, make sure that you have somebody here to support you. So I used a chair. My chair is pretty sturdy, so it's all right, but I wouldn't recommend it. I recommend either using a stool, having a partner by you, or using the stepping stool to do that. Now, this is going to take approximately about 3 weeks to dry. You see back here, I already have one already dried. This one's already ready to go, and I'm going to use this one here to make my tea. And hopefully by the time we get ready to make our lemongrass oil, we can use this one. Okay, I want to share something with you. You know, sometimes when you have a small herb crop, and this one in particular happens to be parsley, you can also air dry it. And generally what you do is you can get one of these bags here that have holes in it already, and you can put your small herb crop in there. All you need to do really is take a piece of twine. Now, some people don't. They don't like to tie it off, but I tie it because generally in my bags I put more than just one type of herb in here to dry, so I like to keep them all together. But again, this is parsley. Put it in here, I shake it out a little bit, make sure it's all dry like it is, clear from moisture, and I put it inside the bag. The bag is porous, so it has holes in it. This is another way you can air dry something without having to hang it from your ceiling. You can hook it pretty much anywhere. And about maybe 2 to 3 weeks, you have your own dry parsley. Now that we got our lemongrass hung, don't forget to join me on our next episode where I'm going to teach you how to make lemongrass seasoning and lemongrass oil just in time for Mother's Day. Don't forget to like and subscribe at PinchAPennyGardener.
Come down to the Sunshine State. We got flowers and veggies aplenty. We'll teach you how to pinch a penny. I'm talking about PinchAPennyGardener. Yeah, PinchAPennyGardener. We'll teach you all you need to know. Don't forget to subscribe and like the show.